I rise today to speak against the Senate Republican plan for the deep mid-year cuts for critical services, especially to the most vulnerable Iowans. Here's a summary of the Health and Human Service cuts for this bill. $220,000 unspecified cut to the Department of Aging on top of the 12% reduction for fiscal year 18. $925 unspecified cut to the Iowa Department of Public Health on top of the 14% reduction for fiscal year 18. And $6.2 million unspecified cut to the Department of Human Services. These unspecified cuts give all of us, or all of the decision-making authority to the Department of Management and to the departments. Decisions could more than double the overall impact if cuts are made to match the federal matching. This has the potential for staff layoffs in Department of Human Services, where caseloads are already well over national standards. Here's the bottom line. Services to the most vulnerable Iowans are at risk because of these mid-year budget cuts. And it's even worse because of your cuts to human services last year, including the $16 million reduction for field staff that provide critical care and oversight in nearly every town in the state. These mid-year cuts would be devastating, and there's no other way to describe it. Finally, I want to point out another big cut in this bill that directly affects the access to affordable health care for Iowans in many small towns and rural areas. The $1.8 million mid-year budget cut to the community colleges is bad news. That means fewer opportunities for students and higher out-of-pocket costs for working families. NIAC, for example, plays an important role in training and retooling the workers of today and tomorrow in North Iowa. I'm especially concerned because they train nurses and other healthcare professionals who are desperately needed in small towns in my district and many of your districts as well. For all those reasons, I will be opposing these deep and very reckless budget cuts. Thank you, Mr. President.